Hey everybody, it's Peter Keys here with the Insomnia Chronicles with my good friend Kenny Olson. Where are we, Kenny?
We are at Carter Vintage Guitars.
Carter Vintage Guitars in Nashville. Drinking coffee, playing guitar, hanging out with my boy
it's
Kenny.
Actually Carter Vintage Instruments.
Vintage Instruments, you see? Corrected me already. I'm supposed to ask the questions.
Look at, there's more than just guitars. Look around us.
I don't see a single piano in here.
And we've discovered in here today that this half, harp guitar over here, when you hit a note, it echoes.
Let me hear it. That's sympathetic resonance.
Yes.
How you doing, Kenny?
It's giving me ideas.
Oh, no more ideas.
I like what Jimmy was talking about with putting the amp underneath the piano strings and all that echo.
There we go. There we go. What are you playing right now?
Well, this is a beautiful Echo Park guitar that I've fallen in love with. We have a little crush on right now immediately.
Guitar crush.
Yes, crushing. It's got a beautiful flame maple neck, swamp ash body, really light.
How did you know all that stuff?
Because, us gearhead guitar players become obsessed with these things at a young age, and
you're hip to the subtle nuances of the guitar.
The subtle nuances.
Nice.
And we get a little, there's a lot more goes into it.
Well, I was just blown away by how many tones you could get out of that one guitar without any of your fancy pedals or tricks or anything like that. You were just dialing in all different types of sounds.
This amp that I'm playing through for the first time here too, which is very old school and awesome sounding. So.
Never take Kenny into a vintage instrument store ever.
I know.
Bad idea.
I got cash in my pocket too.
Burning a hole. Oh man. So Kenny and I did this thing called the All-Time Low Stars. Just happened to wear the shirt. See, you didn't wear yours though, no.
Mine's worn and faded,
Yeah.
I wore mine out.
Probably sounds better now.
I wore mine out like a true warrior, representing.
Yeah.
I think it was right after I quit playing with Kid Rock. About a little bit after that, I moved down here, and I found a place. And I was going back up to get the family pretty much, And I stop at a gas station and there's Peter.
Dayton, Ohio, 4 a.m. I'm like, that looks like Kenny Olson.
I should have gave me some of that because I was on my way to Michigan.
I should have had some of this. It did not have the Insomnia blend at that point, but we literally met at a gas station. Like I was heading down and he was headed back up, and I was with my wife Rachel, and we were in this tiny Ford Fiesta. And it was literally running on 3 cylinders.
You were in a Fiesta.
Yeah, we were in a Fiesta. I didn't drive at that point. Long story.
And now
we'll get into that
you got
later.
the big GMC.
No, I'm driving a Silverado, baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Chevy.
Kenny's like, you got to come to Nashville. I said, I'm on my way, man. And then the rest is history.
Yeah, and here we are. Along with everybody else moving here.
Yeah, part of the mass exodus. Yeah. So, but now we're here talking guitar, talking shop, talking coffee. Play us a couple notes. Let's hear what that thing sounds like. What's your favorite features of this guitar so far?
I don't know. I was just noodling around with it. It's got everything in it. I mean, let's see. Let's start a little mellow. Steven, you hear that little tremolo in there? What's cool on this guitar too is like you can use it like.
Sensitive side of Kenny Olson.
Then you get
sweet sounds. Yeah, man. That's what's up.
But I like this echo in the background. It makes me want to play really.
Oh, just all these strings resonating?
Yeah. It makes me want to play real blanked up stuff that other people don't want to hear.
It's fucking studio nightmare. It's engineer's nightmare. Hey, can you mute the snare on all those 74 guitars? Yeah. So what have you been up to? What are some other projects that you've been doing, man?
Well, just had a lot of fun the last few weeks. We've been obviously you were sorely missed because everybody there loves you and wanted you there.
I cannot wait to get in on some of this shit that he's about to tell you about right now.
And, me and Norwood Fisher from Fishbone, bass player, and Steve Perkins from Jane's Addiction, and I mean both two of my favorite players and best at what they do. And three of us, we've been friends for a long time. Back in the early years, growing up in Detroit, I'd moved to LA and then come back for a little recovery time, or just run out of money. But I'd lived in LA in that late '80s, early '90s thing, and so we've all been friends since then. And over the years, I've had a few different little projects and stuff. And Scott Page from Pink Floyd and a few of the other Pink Floyd members have been doing this like beyond the wall, they're calling it, this Think Experience thing. And even Shankar, the violinist, with Peter Gabriel and Sting, and all this crazy half note stuff. He's amazing.
Dude, I'm so mad that I wasn't able to do that last week.
He's amazing, but we kind of, it's not really like a Floyd tribute band, even though we are centered around that, but all these transitions and stuff that happen that are organic, and obviously the history that Steve and Norwood and I have, we have our own stuff anyways, but the variations we've been doing, and it's cool because it's endorsed with the Floyd family, so we're not like a tribute band, and we're not
right. Now you guys you're actually doing this inside planetariums, right, where they show celestial 360 degree light shows and shit.
Not good for someone like me with vertigo. I got that inner ear damage thing. I can be completely sober and on water and hit a note like this and look up and go, Norwood, catch me, I'm coming out.
They're hitting you with lasers and all that shit. Oh, dude, it looks so fun, man.
But it's amazing because the sound, literally, when you're sound checking before people get in there, it's insane. It just bounces everywhere.
You're in a globe.
Like you're hearing like it's like an old like Mooga Fooga delay or something. It's like You're hearing like the snare drum and like it's more than a flam. It's like a delay.
It's like a sample, like
a flam on ludes, like But as soon as you get it up to this right level, it's and the people are in there, it overpowers, and it sounds like you're literally listening to music in some high-end monitors in a control room.
Like you're inside the freaking monitor.
Everything, like I could play a live recording of it, and everything that everybody's hearing is like they're listening to the album. It's all like panning the whole time, and the sound.
So it's like 3D HD.
Yeah. Andy Kravitz, who's a legendary producer and engineer and musician himself, they've brought in someone of his caliber to make it work for people to experience the thing. And we're going to be doing a bunch of live ones around the world at some point. Everybody's got their own projects and stuff they're doing. Right. So it works out great when everybody can, which you will be.
I'll be on hopefully the next one. It's funny because I used to actually follow around Fishbone and the Chili Peppers back in the 80s. Like they'd play in San Francisco and I'd go see them at the Stone. And I remember the first time I saw Fishbone, I was like, holy shit, what are these guys doing? They were like throwing their fucking trumpets across the stage and people were catching them, and Norwood came out in like some kind of priest outfit with no pants on. I was like, he's not wearing pants, can he do that? But they just played, they killed it, man. So to get to play with you and him and Perkins,
Norwood's
it's gonna be awesome.
Norwood is an incredible, he's one of my favorite bass players out there. And even if you asked the legends that it was under, your Billy Bass Nelson and Bootsy, all of them, like, Norwood, even Flea.
Yeah. Well, him and Flea were like the guys.
So they're like soul brothers beyond, and Flea influenced Norwood to that whole, punk rock thing, and Norwood took him into funk world, and they just
and they
playing together.
They created that whole scene. Like I remember, I turned on all of West Marin where I lived. I turned them all onto the Chili Peppers because nobody had heard who they were, and like I was just discovering George Clinton, and he'd produced Freaky Styley, and I brought this record out, and they came out and played in Point Reyes, which is a town of 300 people, at this place called the Dance Palace, and we just packed it, and it was fucking amazing. But you know, but like Fishbone, Chili Peppers, you know, what you did with Kid Rock, all of that stuff was, you know, I was like, man, I want to play with those guys. How come I don't get to play with those guys, you know? And now here we are. We're about to do some shit. It's going to be amazing.
There's no one better favorite to play with than this band right here. It's awesome.
Same. This is my brother from another.
Soul brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the all-time low stars. It's a lot of amazing, cool stuff is gonna be coming from it.
Yeah.
Timeless and a little bit of shenanigans.
A little shenanigans, a little dirty funk soul for y'all. Kenny Olson, Peter Keys, all-time low stars, the Insomnia Chronicles. That's what's up.